so that women's rights will not be transferable, negotiable, or irrevocable. The march is part of the fight, and the fight is the sum of the marches. I want to thank you all for allowing me to speak and being here, and to be a part of this absolutely critical effort to level the playing field for women everywhere. Solidarity for all of us.
Let's do some pelvic breathing. 1, 2, 3, in. Exhale out. One more, in. Out. Please repeat after me. Side by side, hand in hand, we demand.
Side by side, hand in hand, we demand.
Our voices to be heard.
Our voices to be heard.
Side by side, hand in hand, we demand.
Side by side, hand in hand, we demand.
Equal pay for all work.
Equal pay for all work.
Pelvic breath in. Pelvic breath out. One more in. And out. Beautiful. I have not met our next speaker. Please welcome Anna Siegel.
My name is Anna Siegel, and I am a 13-year-old climate activist. As the lead of Maine for U.S. youth climate strikes, I organize political actions, rallies, and educational events with the Maine Strikes team. I am here today to tell you that we demand the declaration of a climate emergency. But to solve the climate crisis, we need to include everyone into the conversation. And as women are half of the world's population, our voices need to be valued and given the same respect so we can work towards eliminating fossil fuels. Only by having women in the sciences, women's names on research papers, can we achieve an equitable and livable future. The state of Maine declaring climate emergency is a way to lead us to that livable future. One of the intents of an emergency declaration is to consider each action through that urgent lens. Like youth climate striking, the momentum behind climate emergency declarations has grown worldwide and in our own communities. This city we are in right now, Portland, declared a climate emergency after efforts from youth, and so has South Portland, Bar Harbor, and Brunswick. But despite this progress, no state has yet declared climate emergency. Our governor, Janet Mills, could have us lead the way to be the first. As a young environmentalist and a girl wanting to go into the sciences, these issues are very close to my heart. I organize now because I fear that I won't be respected as a woman by colleagues when I work as a biologist. I organize now because I fear that there won't be beings on a climate-ravaged Earth for me to study. That is why I am demanding a climate emergency. For all people, for the youth, and for our planet. Thank you.
Thank you. I met Anna last night over the phone, and I love young people mostly because their honesty is so much better than ours as adults. I don't know how anyone else feels, The kids bring out the truth in me. Young people are the best. So all the young people who are here tonight, can we just say thank you to them? Yes. Okay, side by side, hand in hand, we demand.
Side by side, hand in hand, we demand
100% renewable energy.
100% renewable energy
By 2030.
by 2030
And a just transition to green economy.
and a just transition to green economy.
Side by side, hand in hand, we demand
Side by side, hand in hand, we demand
equity in education,
equity in education,
ensuring every child receives
ensuring every child receives
a high quality, well-funded,
well-funded,
diverse public education.
diverse public education.
Pelvic breath in, out, in, out. If you're getting cold, guess what you can do while people are listening? Your body is yours to warm up in all the ways you need to. It is your job to sustain it. It is your job to make it happy. So do it while you listen. Our next, not performer, because I'm performing. Our next speaker is Christine Caulfield, who I have not met yet. I hope you enjoy this person. Say hello, colleague!
Good morning. My name is Christine Caulfield, and as a member of the Executive Committee, I have the honor and privilege of representing the Maine Transgender Network, the largest statewide transgender community organization in the United States. I stand here speaking to you acknowledging having spent a good half of my life male-identified, with all the privileges that entails. But today my life is very, very different. A decade and a half ago, I began a journey of personal truth, and it began with a moment of clarity brought on by facing some very uncomfortable realities about who I was and who I had been. With luck and support, I am here, and I am proud. We have all had moments when what we thought we knew to be true was seismically shifted. Waking moments and paradigm shifts. And those waking moments we experienced have manifested a commonality, which I dare say is why we're all here on a very typical Maine day. We have been at the mercy of a power structure that exploits and divides us intentionally and benefits by us accepting a lesser unequal status.
Yeah.
So what message do I bring from the transgender community to you today? We are frustrated, we are angry, and we are hopeful. As I was writing this, our executive committee had just voted to activate our suicide response protocol because within the past few days, we lost another beloved member of our community to suicide. Another tragedy. Transgender people 25 and under have a 40% higher suicide risk than the general population. The life expectancy of a transgender person in the American population without social supports is less than 35 years of age. Despite well-intentioned and meaningful change that has brought an awareness of just the existence of transgender people into mainstream conversation in just the past 2 decades, our situation continues to decline. Coming out should be an expression of celebration, and often it means becoming a target. Due to inaction, we have seen decline by a general unwillingness of others to be silent and listen to what at first may be uncomfortable, to learn and experience the framework of what it means to be transgender, and to ally with our community to create true systemic change. So we have to ask, and this won't be easy for some of you to hear, but have we been invited to assuage the consciences of the organizers of this march, or are we full partners? Are we true allies? As trans activist Ashley Preston put it, can we be silent to show solidarity, to listen, to understand? So when we are all done speaking, will we just take home our selfies and continue on, or will you change course? Will you act? For myself, since coming out of the closet, I have just begun a journey I could not foresee, encountering people and experiences I had no idea existed, like many of you. But I can learn, and I can act, and we can learn, and we can act. All of us have a voice and a choice, but in the end, we must act to live out our truths. Not acting is to engage in collusion with the forces of injustice. So in the end, we demand equality. And as I list just some of these commonalities, I urge you to see us as we are by our truths that are also your truths. The transgender community deals with societal and cultural judgments about our bodies and appearances every day, punctuated with discrimination, extreme prejudice, and violence. We are with you. The transgender community, especially trans women of color who have the highest murder rate in the United States, believes we have the right to protection against violence and the right to justice in the courts. We are with you. The transgender community believes that our body is ours and ours alone.
Yeah!